I desperately loved my husband and I wanted to share everything. I thought we were a very good team.
Around 1986, Prince Charles resumed his relationship with Mrs. Camilla Parker Bowles. Were you aware of that?
Yes. But I wasn't in the position to do anything about it. I had this feeling of being no good at anything, being useless and hopeless, and failed in every direction.
So in private, you were almost to the point of living separate lives. How did you cope in public?
Charles and I had our duty to perform, and that was paramount.
What's that funny smell?
Tanning lotion, don't change the subject. Surely you're not going.
I am.
But this holiday has been on our diary for months. Are you that bored? What do I tell King Juan Carlos? He'll be so offended. And what about the boys after you promised?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Diana, Harry's too. I'll hardly be missed. I have to go.
Charles? Charles, where do you have to go?
Balmoral.
Our chilly Scotland. And who at Balmoral is so important to make you abandon your wife and your children?
The Queen's asked me to come up.
The Queen? And no one else will be there?
Well, I suppose there'll be a number of invited guests.
She's going to be there, isn't she?
My plane's waiting.
Not this time, Charles. Please, don't go.
My dear, I have obligations. Surely you must understand that by now.
I'll be so lonely without you. Please don't leave me.
Diana, in the past, numerous of my good friends have extended their friendship to you, but you chose not to avail yourself of it. You wouldn't be so lonely if you take advantage of the opportunity when it's presented to you.
Your Royal Highness, may I have the honour of presenting Captain James Hewitt?
Captain. So there I was, not even 9, galloping on my pony. I adored him. His name was Romilly. We were at Sandringham Park. He stumbled, I fell and broke my arm.
Oh, no.
There you have it. I'm afraid I quite lost my nerve.
Well, we can soon remedy that. I happen to be a staff captain of the household division. The stables are my responsibility.
Really? I would so like to get over my fear. The whole family ride, you know. All they talk of is horses.
I know. I play polo against your husband quite often.
Of course, this would be for my own satisfaction.
Well, it should be simple enough to arrange a series of lessons for you at the barracks. Quite convenient, I believe, ma'am, for Kensington Palace.
How kind. I'll ring you. Good night, Matthew. Is my husband in his study?
Prince Charles telephoned, ma'am, to say that he's been detained at Highgrove.
Thank you.
Hello, my darling.
Hello.
You my little soldiers coming to protect me.
People. You like people and him. We're diving.
Mummy's very tired. Let's go to sleep.
Yeah, we've been bitten on your feet.
Oh, I love you so much.
You've been bitten on your feet.
Have I?
Yeah.
I'm sure it will go away when I go to sleep. Should we go to sleep?
Well, I want my daddy.
Well, Daddy's not here now. He'll be back later.
Where is he?
I don't know. Come on, Mummy's really tired. No, Matthew, listen to this. What is worth more than £500,000, weighs well over a ton and requires as much attention as William and Harry? Diana's wardrobe.
Oh, they're always picking on you.
I know, look at this. I look absolutely dreadful. Look at my nose, I look like a witch.
Look at this. Now, this is a particularly good one. Look how slim you are. Like a model in Vogue, you look sensational.
Do you really think so?
I do.
People think all I do is shop. But I have, what, over 200 public appearances every year? And every one of them expect me to look like the British fashion industry's most elegant mannequin. Everywhere I go, I have photographers yelling, "Oh, come on, Di, look up. Give us a picture and I can put my children through a better school." It makes me feel like I'm nothing more than a product.
A product that sells well, I'm afraid, ma'am.
I'm surprised the firm hasn't made me wear a label. By appointment to Her Majesty the Queen.
But, Your Royal Highness, if you aren't on the front page, there's no one else half as nice to look at.
What would I do without you? Oh, you're back. Has my husband returned from the hunt, then?
He'll be along shortly, ma'am.
Been detained, has he? Nigel, I thought you were supposed to protect my husband. Or have you more pressing duties? Like spying on me?
Terrible job being my wife. Bloody awful, I imagine.
Quite the contrary, darling. Just a bit ironic that the primary prerequisite should be virginity, given a man of your appetites.
Oh, Camilla.
Terrible creature. Who said that? I'll behave, darling, I promise.
No, don't. This is the only fun I ever have.
Do you think Diana's ready to involve with her detective?
No, she's too involved with herself. Well, I was pressured into taking a wife. I ended up with a schoolgirl who'd benefit from a good spanking.
Mustn't get me excited, my pet. Unless you want to stay the afternoon. Slow coach.
You'll be the death of me. I couldn't keep up.
Isn't that what you're supposed to say to your young wife?
Oh, if only.
But she's so beautiful. If only what?
If only she could be like you.
This way, ma'am. I selected the perfect horse for you, ma'am. His name's Gary. He's gentle and really very sedate. I'll give you a leg up, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, hop!
You make it seem so easy.
That's my job. Relax your hands. That's better.
And are you this good at everything you do?
Well, I like a challenge, ma'am.
Do you like being in the military?
Love it. It's what my father did before me.
But you must get transferred from place to place. Isn't that difficult for your wife?
I'm not married.
Your girlfriend, then?
I regret to inform you, ma'am, that I'm a lonely bachelor. I do hope one day to be married and have children.
You can't get away from me. Whoa, I've got you, Harry. I've got you. You go on the sofa. Now, we'll something. You can't escape. You can't escape me. Run for your life. Run for your life. Oh, he's gone over there. We've got to catch him now. Young Harry's going to win the Grand National. Congratulations, Harry.
Your Royal Highness, whoa! That was brilliant, ma'am. You're a fast learner, ma'am.
Am I? All compliments gratefully accepted, sir.
You're coming along beautifully. Remarkable progress. You're doing a splendid job of growing. I'm so proud of you. Plants need encouragement.
So do people. My personal detective, Matthew McHale, has been transferred. But I suppose you know nothing about that. Each time I make a friend, each time I get close to someone, they get sent away. I feel so isolated.
Brilliant, ma'am. Simply brilliant. You've done in 3 months what I was sure would take you 6. You should be very proud of yourself, ma'am. And I love it when he says, nice to see you nice.
I love that program. My husband and I, for 5 years, I have tried everything I can think to make him happy. But now I've begun to realize that I am the problem. In public, it's all an act. In private, he never touches me.
I'll be off to my own room in a moment. I'll just leave these here for you to sign.
I miss my boys. I've done my duty. I want to go home to London.
Be reasonable, Diana. The Queen wants us at Balmoral. Harry and William will be there, and this holiday's been planned for weeks.
I am telling you that I am tired of performing. And how can I relax around your family? They are always judging me, and I never measure up.
That's your imagination.
Balmoral is boring. It's raining and it's freezing. If I suggest to turn up the heat, your mother tells me to put on another woolly.
Now you're attacking my mother.
You don't know what it's like for me to be there. Why won't you listen to me?
Diana!
I'll lower my voice, Charles. See? Getting hold of myself. Will you listen to me now? Will you take me seriously for one moment?
Diana, you hurt? Let me help. How do you feel?
Feel, Charles? You don't know the meaning of the word.
I do know that I can't bear another of your stunts.
It gave everybody a wonderful new label. Diana's unstable, mentally unbalanced. The best way to destroy a personality is to isolate it. When you think no one's listening to you, you have so much pain inside that you try to hurt yourself on the outside because you want help. People see it as crying wolf or attention-seeking. They think because you're in the media all the time, you've got enough attention. But I was actually crying out because I wanted to get better in order to continue my duty and my role as wife, mother and Princess of Wales.
Did your husband understand what made you hurt yourself?
I'm getting to be a bloody bore. I'm afraid you'll turn me out if I keep burdening you.
Never, my darling.
I have to face it, I've failed. I keep failing miserably. I know how to speak French, I know how to read Arabic. I know how to fly a plane. I know how to be king. But nothing has prepared me to deal with a drama queen like my wife. Oh, damn it, Camilla. You know I'm not the beast I'm made out to be. Can I help it if I love you and not her?
You're not Diana's problem.
Are you all right, ma'am? I'm quite all right, Alison. But this shirt is not. Do you expect me to wear this? Look at it.
I'm
it's
sorry,
rubbish.
ma'am. I'm really very sorry indeed.
I get no support. Thank God I have to go to London and give a speech. Gets me out of this bloody mausoleum. Do me up. Can't you understand? It's me the press will skewer if everything isn't perfect. If I looked as dowdy as the rest of this family, I'd be crucified.
So, did he invite you to Portugal? Prime Minister looks like he's in love with you. What did you say to him?
Oh, I just flirted with him to annoy Charles.
Why annoy someone you don't care about? I think maybe you're trying to win him back.
That's quite a theory, Dr. Freud.
Oh, dear. I think I just shot myself in the foot. Tell me you'll still take riding lessons.
You're very sweet, Jay.
Which one of them is that?
Ask her if she's got a friend for me.
I knew he had a hot date.
Better not keep her waiting, Hewitt.
Oh, if you have a date, I won't keep you.
Let me speak to her. I'll straighten her out about you. Adam! Sorry. That was just a couple of idiotic friends of mine. And, I don't have a date.
Well, I do. With a long, hot bath. So goodbye. For the third time today.
Sweet dreams.
Charles? Charles?
Oh, Diana.
Can I speak to you?
All right. Listen to this. In a world where size is equated with good, in a world where the traditions of centuries are discarded without an iota of regret, in a world where the modernity of architecture is the measure of its merit, in a world where technology, specifically designed to destroy entire populations, is called defense. In such a world, we may have to ask ourselves if the small scale of the human animal is being left out of account. What do you think?
Brilliant. Now, Charles, I want you to hear something. Since we're going to the Middle East for your birthday, and you know how they are about women, I've been practicing something to say to the Emir. So how about this? Assalamu alaikum, Your Royal Highness. Well?
What do you think you've just said?
Hello, Your Royal Highness. May peace be with you.
Well, actually, in polite company, it would be, I'd like to mate with your cow.
What?
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, God. Charles? You bloody beast! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you.
Charles, darling, you there? Darling?
Just one moment, please.
Identification, sir? Thank you. There you go, sir.
Usually I abstain, but this being a special occasion.
What is the special occasion? Why did you invite me to dinner?
I thought you looked like a man who'd have a good appetite.
Well... Tell me about your trip. You and the Emir. I was very jealous.
But you wouldn't believe what they put on for Charles's birthday. I mean, even the chocolates were coated in real gold. The money he has is beyond imagining.
What about your mother-in-law?
He spends his. My mother-in-law roams the palace putting lights out. She orders them to turn over soiled sheets to save on the laundry bill.
I don't believe it.
It's terribly amusing if you don't have to live with them. But I'm being terribly naughty.
Don't stop.
Do you mean with you I don't have to be on my best behavior? If you would just leave that there. Thank you, I won't be needing you anymore this evening.
Where is everyone?
Fortunately, I have you to protect me.
Are you quite sure?
I've never been more sure of anything. It's all right. Really, it is.
It's treason. On the other hand, some things are worth dying for. You know, a commoner isn't supposed to touch royalty until he's invited.
I've never been with anyone but my husband.
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I adore you. And I want to look after you and make you happy. You're spoiling me.
Well, you don't get promoted to major every day.
You're very sweet. And you have immaculate taste.
Well, now that we've seen them on.
Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 da. Do 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 do. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da, Come on!
What do you mean my marriage is like my parents?
Well, from what you said, there are similarities. Your father was 12 years older than your mother, and Charles is...
13 years older than me.
Your father liked to grow things. He was a gentleman farmer. And we all know how besotted Charles is with his bloody garden.
Mummy prefers living in the city.
And so do you.
My parents had a ghastly marriage and went through a hideous divorce. And then Mummy lost custody of her children.
Well, I did mean that. I didn't mean to depress her.
I remember watching Mummy and Daddy from my hiding place. If they weren't at each other's throats, there was a frozen silence that lasted forever. Daddy had affairs of his own. But in the end, it was Mummy who was made out to be this villain, because she deserted him for another man. Daddy had more money, more power, so he won in court. And when Mummy left, the sun went out. And I never want to inflict that pain on William and Harry. Divorce is the most awful thing that can happen to a child. And I never want to inflict that sort of pain on William and Harry. Never.
See what happens when I try and compete with your husband? I should leave all that psychological stuff to him, shouldn't I? I mean, he's the intellectual, I'm...
Athletic. Aren't you going to ask me which one I prefer? It's a terrible cliché, but you did just take my breath away.
Straighten up, Dibbs. They're looking to see if you've got straw in your hair. You find this exciting, don't you?
Thank you, Major Hewitt.
Ma'am.
Who's coming tonight?
The regulars. Look, I've made a few adjustments. I hope you don't mind.
You do just as you please, and I'm sure that'll please me.
Over there, please.
Creating a garden, it's like painting, with trees and plants. Sometimes I even get an idea from a dream.
That's one of the things I love about you, darling.
Precisely why you should escape with me. We'll buy an island.
Yeah. You may be romantic, but you're not a fool. I hardly see you abdicating for the woman you love.
It's true. I want to wear the crown. But if Diana and I should separate, I may never have the chance.
Nonsense. It's your birthright. That ridiculous creature isn't going to prevent a man of your qualities from taking your rightful place in history.
You always know exactly what to say. Oh, if only I'd been more decisive 15 years ago and asked you to marry me. I wouldn't have to live with this hideous regret. Every day.
Darling, would you mind terribly? You're standing on my foot.
Once.
Yee-hee! Get you every time!
Camilla, right! Into the wheelbarrow!
Right! You are a dead man!
I'm at Highgrove now. It's just as I told you.
Not again.
It's bad enough that she's playing hostess in my home and taken my husband. But what I really resent is that she can't keep her bloody hands off my furniture. Why can't you be like other husbands? Damn you, Charles, you're a miser!
I will not be spoken to in that manner. Diana, I demand an apology. Come back here at once.
Battle stations. You pour thousands into your precious bloody garden. Why won't you do something for me for once?
What's the matter with you? Now, for heaven's sake, calm down and come back inside.
The only thing I ever asked from you at Highgrove was a tennis court. And that's precisely why you won't let me have one, isn't it?
Don't be ridiculous.
Or is it a bad investment because you're not planning on me being around much longer?
I'm the one who won't be around much longer. Bring my car immediately. And tell my sons I'm leaving!
So then, Prince William climbed on top of his tank and said, "All right, men, forward." And all the tanks moved off along the beach. Just then, suddenly, Prince Harry said, "Stop!" And everyone stopped. He said, "Watch out. The beach might be booby-trapped with mines." And just then, from the other side of a hill came this almighty kaboom!
Oh, no. All right, darlings, we'll finish up tomorrow, I promise. But if you're very, very good and go to sleep...
And clean your teeth.
Perhaps Major Hewitt will come with us to Thorpe Park tomorrow.
Jolly good. Yes, yes, I do come. And I want to go back to that army place. I want to ride in the tank again. When can we?
Well, anytime you want, but you have to ask your mother first.
All right, enough stalling, off to bed, you little rogues.
Come on.
I'll just tuck them into bed. It won't take long. Why don't you help yourself to a brandy? You mean so much to me, I can't keep any secrets from you. You make me feel like I don't need to play the perfect princess, and yet, by some miracle, you still love me. Sit down. I have something I want to tell you. I have bulimia. I gorge myself with all kinds of food and then I purge. Just before my wedding day, I was so insecure, my nerves were shattered. So I gave up my diet. And I ate and ate and made myself sick. After that, it was easy. It became an addiction. You feel relieved for a while, and then the guilt hits in. And then the pattern starts all over again.
Hey, it's all right, it's all right.
I know I'll never be normal.
What about Charles? Does he know?
Yes. I discussed him. Charles said that my dieting was jeopardizing my duty. He doesn't mean to be heartless, he just doesn't understand.
How can I help?
You already have. For the first time in my life, I feel safe and attractive enough not to want to be sick.
Whatever the time, day or night, if you're desperate, call me. And I'll help you find a professional. There must be doctors who specialize in this sort of thing. Darling, I promise we can get through this together.
After a person purges, certain chemicals are released that produce a high. It's addictive. So the bulimic is prone to the same depression and mood swings as a drug addict. Has anyone else in your family suffered from an eating disorder or from depression? Believe me, everything you say will be taken into the strictest confidence.
My sister Sarah was anorexic. And my mother's brother was a manic depressive. He committed suicide.
Diana, this condition is not your fault. Your illness is a manifestation of something healthy within you that has gone wrong. Our job is to find it and fix it. So, tell me about a time when you were happy. Perhaps your childhood?
Are you sure you have to go? I mean, Camilla's sister's 40th birthday. Can't think of anything more boring.
It's part of my therapy. The doctor says if I'm to make a complete recovery, I have to confront my feelings. So I'm keeping up appearances. Besides, it confuses a Rottweiler if you act like you're not afraid of it. Don't you think it's a bit crowded? The three of us in this marriage, Camilla?
hate being out with other women, but I've got to keep up this ridiculous appearance of being a bon vivant bachelor or people get suspicious. Every time I walk into a room and she's not there, it feels empty.
I'm afraid for you, dear. You're with the wife of the future King of England. I can only imagine the consequences to your career if it became public. Is Diana concerned about the risk you are taking?
It doesn't matter, Mother. I have to protect her.
Who is going to protect you, if you don't mind my asking?
That's what I lie awake at night wondering.
Jay, you've brought girls home to meet me before, but it never occurred to me that when you finally gave one of them your heart, she wouldn't be attainable. Self-interest dictates that I should have at least a few grandchildren to help me with the horses. Which room should I put her in?
Mine.
Your Royal Highness.
Mrs. Hewitt, I've looked forward to meeting you. Jay has told me so much about you. How he adores his mum.
You were superb. Mother loves you, she told me.
If only my in-laws treated me as well as your mother does. You make me feel so safe.
So this was a protection stakeout against the IRA. I'm a surveillance officer, not a voyeur. I want to know who the hell ordered this.
You have no idea how good it feels to be able to trust someone. Especially a man. You are so good. So strong. You make me feel so secure knowing that my life is in your hands. The incident in Cloisters, which almost claimed my husband's life, also changed mine in the most profound way.
At approximately 2:45 this afternoon, the Prince of Wales and the royal party are believed to have been trapped by an avalanche while on a skiing holiday in the mountains near Cloisters in Switzerland. No word is yet available on injuries or whether Princess Diana was with her husband.
Thank you, Ian. We'll continue to update this story as details become available. At the moment, communication with the area is interrupted.
When things happen to him, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to carry on. Sorry.
Diana, it'll be all right. It has to be. What could be taking so bloody long?
Hello? Oh, Charles. Thank God. How soon can you get here?
But the run was patrolled. It was open, wasn't it? How could that be your fault? It's not a crime to be adventurous. I mean, you're an expert skier.
I know. But our skiing there might have triggered the avalanche. The others and I jumped clear, but Patty and Hugh were swept over a precipice. Hugh was killed instantly.
Oh, God. How ghastly for you, darling.
feel it's my fault. I feel utterly responsible.
Charles, I forbid you to blame yourself. It was so clearly an accident. It was not your fault. Oh, darling. I wish I could put my arms around you this very minute.
There's nothing I need more.
You have no idea how relieved I am. I mean, even with divorce, there's a chance of people getting back together. But, well, death is so final. And can you imagine not even being able to say goodbye? Are you there?
Yes. Well, I'm glad the prince is safe, and that you phoned. It was very thoughtful.
I've upset you. Have I said something wrong?
No. It was just a bit of a bother, wondering whether you were dead or not. It did kind of ruin my day.
Oh, Jay, I am sorry. I didn't mean to be so... Charles! I have to go. I was afraid I'd lost you. I was so terribly worried. I am sorry. It must be dreadful for you.
I have to make sure the Queen's been informed. And I'd like to be alone, if you don't mind.
I won't disturb you. I won't say a word. Allow me to be with you, please. Permit me to help you. Let me be your wife, your comfort. Charles, I need to be close to you tonight. Please, I must.
Diana, you have to understand that I need time to reflect. This isn't about you. The death of my friend is a burden I will have to bear for the rest of my life. I am in no condition to suffer your needs tonight. So, if you really want to help me, leave me alone.
The tragedy in Cloisters was a turning point for me. From then on, I started to use my position as Princess of Wales to draw attention to more serious causes like AIDS. And I spent a great deal of time taking William and Harry to homeless shelters and teaching them about people dying of cancer. I want my boys to have an understanding of people's emotions, people's insecurities, and people's hopes and dreams. There were changes in my personal life as well. I'm finished. I'm not playing the game anymore. I know I'm going to catch hell from the palace, but I refuse to keep up this absurd fairy tale in public when private my marriage is over.
Diana, are you sure?
You know, actually, I feel quite sorry for Charles. From the day he was born, he had no chance at happiness. Can you imagine anything worse than your mother being the Queen? He was lucky if he spent an hour a day with her. And his father is a bully. Prince Philip pounded the sensitivity out of his son. Charles is so emotionally arrested, it's a wonder he can relate to William and Harry at all.
You don't have to worry about Wills and Harry. They're wonderful. You brought them up to be kind and generous, and they're a pleasure to be with.
Oh, God, you reminded me. William and Harry have made something for you. They are absolutely potty about you. See? It's a knight playing polo.
Of course it is.
It's clever, isn't it? They say it's you, and I agree. Our shining knight. Lord knows you rescued me.
I think you actually want to get to court.
No, I don't. But I am convinced MI5 are constantly spying, storing things up against potential enemies of the crown. Lord knows what they have in my dossier.
Are you a potential enemy, then?
I suppose I am if I leave, Charles.
Leave Charles? You're really thinking of leaving Charles?
Haven't you been listening to me these past weeks? I intend to be happy. I want to be able to spend every night in your arms and to have your children. And I want to watch you decorate our Christmas tree in front of the fire. And at midnight on New Year's Eve, it's you I want kissing me.
Dibs, has anyone ever told you you're a hopeless romantic?
The hopeless part, yes.
You really figured all this out, haven't you?
I'm yours for life.
And when did you come to that decision?
Right after I first saw you. Out of uniform. Don't you know that when you save someone's life, you are responsible for that person forever? That's very good.
When is Papa coming home?
Darling, you know he's on holiday in Italy. He'll be home soon. He loves you very, very much.
Then why is he always gone? And why won't he take us with him?
Heir to the throne, errant dad. He is beginning to treat his sons like well-fed pets who know their place in the world of their utterly self-involved parent. Certainly it must hurt William and Harry to see their father more often on TV than in the flesh. Are you neglecting my grandchildren? This goes on to say that you and Diana have been apart 38 days of the last 45. Is that true?
Well, I'm not quite certain of the exact figures.
How many times must I tell you, children? The monarchy is expected to be the embodiment of family, stability, responsible parenthood.
Mother, you know I've tried.
Diana, Sarah, you're taking two girls from broken homes, and look how they repay you. And my mother blames me. Why can't your son make Diana realize that she cannot be allowed to put her private happiness before her public duty?
You've seen how she behaves. Deranged rantings. She's mad.
Quite obviously, we made the wrong choice. Who could have foreseen it? Diana's never been able to grasp the fact that aristocratic girls are supposed to fall in love and fall in line. So, Charles, I hold you responsible. Diana must be kept in check. Who knows what that flighty girl will do? Get your wife in hand.
With all due respect, how do you propose that I do that?
Well, we'll have to make some sort of arrangement. I don't expect you to give up Mrs. Parker Bowles. As you know, I'm extremely fond of her myself. I just don't want to see any more reports about you neglecting your children. William will be heir to the throne. Do you think it wise to leave his training in the hands of some silly kindergarten teacher who can't even get through a dinner party without going to pieces?
You're quite right.
Embrace the 20th century, Charles. Fight back. Use the press to your advantage.
Mother, what would you say if I were to tell you that I didn't think it too likely that I could carry on with this marriage?
I'd say pull up your socks, Charles. Divorce is out of the question. You wouldn't be able to take the religious vows at your coronation. It would preclude your ascending the throne.
So am I to remain shackled to her for the rest of my life?
Of course you are.
Yes. I'm watching a spontaneous photo opportunity. Oh, Jay. When I think about what this does to Wills and Harry, I get so... It's a bit like a yo-yo, isn't it? They don't see their father for weeks on end. And when he shows up, he smothers them. Anyway. So, Winky, what do you have on right now? The silk ones that I bought you? How nice. And did you wear them to bed last night?
Diana and I will be dining with William in the sitting room this evening.
I'm sorry, sir, but the princess took the children upstairs for an early bath about an hour ago, and left instructions for a tray to be sent up. They've already eaten, I'm afraid.
Oh, I see. Oh, very well then. Well, will you tell the boys I'll be up to say goodnight in a moment?
Yes, sir.
If only I hadn't been under the illusion this was a marriage, I wouldn't be so resentful that I ended up in the throne room and the bloody Rottweiler got the bedroom. Anyway. The good news is that I spoke to my astrologer today. And she said that even though I am a POW, prisoner of Wales now, that one day I will be allowed out instead of divorcing. Whatever that means. But when it happens, I have big plans for you, Winky, my darling.
I do love you, Diana. But you're the most publicly married woman in the world. I mean, if you were to divorce Charles and marry me, you'd never get Wills and Harry away from them. I could never be their father, and how would you cope on a major salary? You spend more on shoes than I earn in a year.
Oh, dear. I hear a bugle sounding retreat.
No, I'm not sounding a retreat. I'm just trying to look at the reality. Why are we even bothering to have this discussion? I mean, the Queen's never going to sanction a divorce. So, unless you intend keeping me in the cupboard.
Details, darling. Just tell me that you love me.
Of course I love you. Always.
So do you have any plans this afternoon?
I'm on duty in half an hour.
This weekend, then?
Of course.
Run away, then?
No, I didn't mean that.
You said you were on duty.
Oh. Yes. Right. I am. Look forward to the weekend.
Please.
You usually like it when I do that. Why are you doing this to me?
We made love all last night, didn't we?
Oh, so you've had your fill?
I'm just tired, that's all.
Well, I know when I'm not wanted.
Oh, don't be absurd, Diana.
Don't be absurd, Dad. Do you know who you sound like?
No.
Charles!
Well done, Trooper.
Thank you, sir. Sir.
How did you get in here?
Don't worry. Nobody saw me.
Don't you think you're running a bit of a risk?
Yes. But I behaved abominably. And I wanted to make it up to you.
It's terribly sweet of you, but I really think you should go.
What is it? What have I done now?
Nothing. What do you mean?
You've got something to tell me, haven't you?
Yes.
It's over. You've given me the boot.
No. Never.
Then what is it?
I'm being transferred to Germany.
Why?
I'm in the army.
Did you ask for it to get away from me?
No, God, no. Why would I do that?
Oh, I'm just tired, that's all.
I didn't ask for the transfer. It just happened.
And where does that leave me? Tell them you won't go.
I have no choice. These are orders.
For how long?
2 years. Truth is, it's a marvelous assignment. They're giving me my own command, a tank squadron. I'd have killed for it any other time. It's automatic promotion. I have to go. And as far as my career is concerned, I want to go. My only regret, and it's a big one, is you.
I trusted you with my heart. With everything.
Diana, surely you realize better than anyone it's my duty. My only other choice is to resign my commission, and then what would I be? This is my career, my life.
James, you were my safe place, my haven. And now I'm going to be on my own again. I don't know what to do. I'll fall to pieces. I know it sounds selfish, but I love you so much. This is the worst news I have ever received. I know I won't be able to go.
Diana, my darling girl, you are the one great love of my life. I adore you. You mean everything to me. I want to grow old with you and die in your arms.
Oh, Camilla. I fill up your tank.
Yes, you do.
The trouble is, I need you several times a week.
I need you all the time.
Oh, God. I'll just live inside your trousers or something. It would be so much easier.
Oh, what are you going to do? Turn yourself into a pair of knickers?
I'll just live inside your trousers or something. It would be so much easier.
Oh, what are you going to do? Turn yourself into a pair of knickers?
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, don't be so silly. I've never achieved anything.
Yes, you have. Your greatest achievement is loving me.
Oh, darling. Easier than falling off a chair.
You sounded positively dreadful, Di. What's up?
I think I may have what I need to force a separation. If only I have the courage to use it.
I'm not even going to ask what.
Don't. I feel like my life's caught up in some spy thriller. Just call me Bond. James Bond.
Operator?
I'd like to place a call to Germany, please.
A number, please?
0109 645 193 479.
I'll connect you.
HQ, Frankfurt.
Hello, I'd like to speak to Major James Hewitt, please.
Major Hewitt.
Winky, I found you.
Dibs. I don't believe it.
I can't talk long. I'm at a payphone.
A payphone? Why on earth are you there?
Let's just say I have good cause to believe my phone may be bugged. I miss you more than ever. Come home. Please come back to me.
Hang on, Dibs. I'll be home for Christmas.
Tell me you love me.
Christmas, Dibs. Christmas.
never letting you out of my sight again.
I've got to tell you how I managed to get away on leave.
You told them the Princess of Wales would perish if you didn't attend to her immediately.
My squadron's one of the tank units that's been alerted for Desert Storm.
What?
I've got a few days off for Christmas and then it's off to the Persian Gulf.
No! I won't let you! I'm sorry, Winky.
For what?
For the way I carried on. I just can't bear the thought of being separated from you again. But I know you have to do your duty. Being with you is the most normal relationship I've ever had. Because you love me, I'm able to be so much stronger. Even if we are apart. And I do so want to be a partner. And not a burden. And I'm terribly proud of you. And even if we are separated by miles, we'll be together in our hearts, won't we? I watch the telly day and night, hoping to catch a glimpse of you. They're calling me KPWC, the Kensington Palace war correspondent. Everyone's quite amazed I know so much about tanks. But why that is, we'll keep our little secret. P.S. If the address on these packages looks odd, it's because I'm having my staff mail them from their private addresses. Jay, I pray for you every day, and the boys ask about you constantly. I remain extremely hopeful that you and I will have a very happy life together in the near future. Because of you, darling, I know what every army wife and girlfriend is going through. I want to be of service, so today I told Charles I felt it was my duty to go to the Gulf, boost morale, that sort of thing. Naturally, Charles was worried that I would steal his thunder, and instantly decided that he would go. I asked him who he thought the men would rather look at, and that made him even angrier. We ended up in a blazing row. It's so unfair. The palace thinks I'm more popular than he is, so they close ranks to protect him. I wonder where I'll be when the drawbridge comes up. All my love, Dibs.
You'd better have a look at this.
Got what?
Major James Hewitt's jealous girlfriend. Tells us she's not the only blonde writing letters and sending the handsome Major gifts in the Gulf.
He's also receiving from his close friend, the Princess of Wales.
Nice going, Hewitt.
Good Lord, Diana, the implication.
Damn the implication. What girlfriend? The story failed to spark a scandal, thank God. Perhaps everyone assumes we are just close friends. I hope so. Anyway, James, we can't let this come between us. Unless, of course, your other girlfriend already has. All right, James. All right, I believe you, ex-girlfriend. I believe you, I do. Darling, I can't wait for you to come home. I'm playing our favorite song and thinking of you.
Diana, you know I have no urge to interfere in your private life.
You've certainly made that clear over the last 10 years. Curious remark, don't you think, coming from a husband?
Nor do I have any desire to fight. I truly want our relationship to be amicable for the sake of our children. Well, and so that we can function properly in our public duties for the benefit of the nation.
Charles, if you're going to make a
I've
speech...
known about your close friendship for quite some time.
I have many close friends. Which one specifically are you referring to?
Major Hewitt. I have reason to believe we cannot keep the proverbial lid on this much longer. If it were to be made public, it would do great harm to the Crown. From the evidence I've heard...
Evidence? What evidence? Am I being spied on? Are my phones tapped? What? Am I supposed to install a shredder? You certainly weren't too careful about leaving your love letters from Camilla lying around. Or did I forget to tell you that I found them at Balmoral? What colossal gall! You lecturing me about being indiscreet.
Your growing boldness is making you reckless, Diana.
I repeat, what evidence have you, Charles?
Audio tape. You and the Major having at it.
What? And you listened?
I'm aware of its contents.
I want that tape, Charles.
I didn't say that it was in my possession or that I would ever use it. We're all vulnerable to occasional breaches of security. I was recently forced to put a scrambler on my own phone. It is my constitutional duty to defend the monarchy, to avoid any potential embarrassment to the Queen, and to use all available resources in doing so.
What is it that you want, Charles?
I want you to end this affair immediately.
No! If you want to lay blame for bringing down the House of Windsor, look in a mirror! I love James, and I'm not going to give him up. Not now, not ever. Like an old married couple, aren't we?
No. We still talk to each other.
How I've missed you.
That's my secret. Stay away. Can you believe I've been in the service 17 years?
And no one's named you Napoleon? I'll have to raise an army. So you can have a proper command.
Darling, we have to be realistic. All my life, all I ever wanted was to serve my country. Ever since I was a little boy, all I wanted was to be a soldier, and now... I'm just frightened it's all going to be taken away.
James, I know you're worried about Charles having that tape. But I have some ammunition of my own. He won't dare use it. Darling, we can't let this come between us.
Diana, I could be chucked out of the army. What else do I know how to do? Besides love you.
But you're a hero.
Quite the opposite. If we're exposed, I'll be ruined. And so will you. You know that I'm right. And you wouldn't want William and Harry to be hurt.
the bulimic butterfly being crushed on the royal wheel. I mean, it's revolting. Charles, you must let your friend speak on your behalf.
That was the first idea proposed to me by staff. But however emotionally appealing, it's so distasteful, so undignified. And the second idea was that we should continue as if nothing had happened. But who would trust Diana to carry on?
Honestly, I'm beside myself. The book is unspeakable rubbish. It paints you as cold and uncaring, always putting duty before love.
Clearly, I'm not incapable of love. I'm just incapable of loving her.
It's an atrocious pack of lies. It's so unfair. Did they propose a third solution?
Yes, one that I quite like. They're going to try to increase my popularity by promoting me as a statesman concentrating on global concerns rather than an eccentric who's championing old buildings and endangered vegetables. Who knows? Perhaps Diana has unwittingly done us a service. Perhaps she'll end up forcing Mother to agree to a separation.
By law, the Queen has the right to strip you of your title and your royal duties. But the most onerous possibility of all is that she has the power to dismiss you as the mother of William and Harry.
What?
In ironclad language, known as the Grand Question, Parliament sets forth that the sovereign has the right of supervision of the heirs, in this case, the Princes William and Harry, even during their parents' lifetimes.
She can take my boys?
She can. She very well might. We must keep this in mind when negotiating your separation agreement. If you want to take on the Queen, count me out. It would be no contest. You'd lose.
My children are my top priority. I don't want to do anything or agree to anything that would jeopardize my access to them. Without my sons, my life isn't worth living.
What on earth's going on?
They've done it. It's official. Prime Minister just announced it on the telly. They've separated. Better try and hold on to your job with both hands.
But what's all this?
Oh, his nibs is cleaning house. Can't have their wedding presents turn up at some flea market, can they?
Oh, what a waste. Selfish, every last one of them. You'd think it might occur to them that the least they could do is give some of this to the poor. Not to mention their poor servants.
Here's why I had to see you straight away. Andrew Morton phoned asking about you. He's doing another book. He wanted me to cooperate, and of course I said absolutely not.
Call him back.
What?
Tell him you'll talk.
Diana, are you quite sure?
I have to do something. I'm fed up of being portrayed as a basket case.
You look well.
Have you managed to find anything? Work, I mean.
No.
Does your mother blame me?
No.
Do you?
The army dismissed 1,400 men. I just happen to be one of them. Diana, I have to tell you something that you're not going to like, but I don't want you to worry. The news about us is going to break at any minute, and we just can't keep it a secret any longer. So I think it would be much better if it comes out the way we both know it happened. I just hope you'll understand. You had to tell your story. I've had to sell mine to the papers. This won't hurt you, I promise. be sorry.
My darlings, I wanted you to hear this from me first, in case any of your friends have said something. There's this book.
We know, Mummy. They're chocolates to make you smile again.
A book published recently claims that you were close with a Major James Hewitt. How would you characterize your relationship?
He was a great friend of mine at a very difficult time, and he was always there to support me. I was absolutely devastated when this book appeared because I trusted him, and because I worried about the impact on my children.
Did your close friendship ever turn into anything more?
Yes. I adored him. Yes, I was in love with him, but I was very let down. It was extremely distressing to me. I felt very betrayed. Sadly, the message is that ultimately one can only depend on oneself.
What role do you envision for yourself in the future? Do you expect to be Queen?
I don't see myself being Queen of this country, but I'd very much like to be Queen of people's hearts.
After 15 years of marriage, the Prince and Princess of Wales are now negotiating a divorce, bringing to an end the fairy tale that captured the imagination of the world.